First got involved, we went up to Aberdeen in the 80s to look at, there was an international tall ships up there, and we got involved in the, my wife actually booked me for a fortnight on the Malcolm Miller, because I expressed an interest in, I'd like to do that, and I was like 40 plus years of age, and she said, next minute she said, okay, I booked you a fortnight on the Malcolm Miller.
Yeah.
And that's how I first got involved.
That's a great way of getting involved. Okay. So what did you do when you first started getting involved?
Well, I went as a trainee. I just went as a trainee. They told me I was going to go as purser, but then I went as trainee, and I thought it was better to go as trainee. And I was in mizzen watch. I was number 13 in mizzen watch. Unlucky 13.
What did you hope to achieve when you first arrived?
Because I'd been in the Merchant Navy and because I'd been around the world a couple of times, I wanted to see what it was like to sail on a real sailing ship. And in a fortnight, I ate very well and I lost a stone in weight. And what I wanted to achieve was to see, what it was really like to sail. Whereas before, I'd only motored around the world.
So you have been sailing before, but with
not with the tall ship. The tall ship was was like, how did you work together? What was the teamwork like? What did you have to do?
So, what did you feel the difference was?
The difference was a lot more. You have to work more as a team in the hardship of pulling and of actually work. Whereas in the other job, it was a lot more, sitting down, making decisions. Whereas with the tall ship, you have to work as a team to pull the ropes, you have to put the sails up together, factors like that. Whereas when I was in the Merchant Navy, it was all about making decisions about what you had to do, stripping down engines. It wasn't always critical. But when I was on the tall ship, everything was critical. Because if you did it wrong or you didn't do it right, you could have consequences.
Would you say you are more of a team player versus a solo worker?
No, I was more of a team player. Yeah, I'm more of a team player. Yeah.
And what kind of personality do you feel you're more comfortable working with?
What type of person?
Yeah, what type of personalities?
I like working with. I like learning off other people. I'm an extrovert, and that's my preference. But I do like to learn and work with other people. And I find some people who have not the same preferences as me are very interesting in how they handle things, and you learn off those people. And I learn a lot off young people. That I've learned an awful lot off young people in the last 30 years I've been involved. And they're unique in that they have something to offer. And because I'm an old person, it doesn't mean to say I know everything. And I like learning about people. I like listening to people.
And there's always more to learn.
Yeah.
The more you learn, the more you realise there's more to learn.
As you know, yeah. And my mother used to say to me, you never learn anything whilst you're talking.
And how did you get involved with the sail training side?
Sorry?
How did you get involved with the sail training side?
Well, what happened was after that first trip, I realised what it could do to development of people in life skills. And it even helped me in life skills, even though I was 40 plus years of age, and even though I'd been away to sea for 6 years. It showed me a difference in the development of people. And I got involved with the local tall ships people, and I could see what it did with young people. And that excited me.
And what kind of effect did you see?
In the difference?
Yes.
The people didn't change. What happened was when they went away and when they came back, they were different in as much that they'd learned different things, different skills, and they came back and they were buzzing. Even though they'd been seasick for days, they came back, they'd made new friends, they'd learned things about themselves that they didn't know, and factors like that, which was very, very exciting.
And of course, you've been sail training for many years. Long-term outcomes, what do you feel that changed their life?
The key thing is first of all, you're having to work with people that you don't know. You have to work with people that you more likely don't like at times, who have flatulence, being seasick, snoring, lack of sleep, and you've got to work with them as a team, and that to me is life. And that's what life is about,
Wing, how did you first get involved with the swimmers?
When I was 16 years old, a teacher came to art class at my school in Portsmouth and said there was 23 places on the sail training ships, Sir Winston Churchill and Malcolm Miller. I put up my hand, and on the 1st of April, April Fool's Day 1979, I ended up in Southampton Dock looking down on two 150-foot ships, but on the other side was the old Queen Elizabeth, so it looked a bit small. And off I went on a standard 2-week voyage.
And you've been involved ever since?
Yeah, as a result of the first 2-week voyage, where I learned more hard work than I could imagine, learned how to get out of bed in the middle of the night when I didn't really want to, get out of bed after being to the pub the evening before, which generally I really didn't want to, and I got asked back by the captain, Captain Mark Chemnitz Betty, as the second cook, the cook's mate, or commonly known as the cook's assistant, the cook's arse assistant. And I went on a voyage with Captain Chris Blake on the Sir Winston Churchill as his cook's assistant, cabin boy, and I kept on continually being asked back. I did 3 tall ships races. Eventually I got 2 good in the galley, whereby, or rather having learnt my delegation skills, I was very rarely seen in the galley. Therefore Captain Chris Blake decided it was time that I went on deck to learn more different skills, which included taking very, very bigger boys up into the rigging, along out to the yards to stow sails, and be a junior leader called a watch leader.
Oh, that's good. By the way, just I'll edit this bit out, but feel free to join in whenever you feel like the conversation.
Yeah, converse. Yeah. We're going to converse in a moment.
I mean, I never got asked back as a watch leader. I went back as purser,
yeah,
and a mentor, and that was they recognised for me. Yes, it wasn't me watch leader. That's not me. Whereas mentor and the development of people and helping young people was more my field of expertise.
And what kind of background do these young people tend to? What kind of background does young people tend to come from?
You have to. You first of all have to be able to listen to what people are saying, not listen to the words they're saying, but listen to what they're really saying to you, and encouraging the persons themselves to get them to come out of themselves, to tell you what it is that's really happening. And to encourage them really, but encourage to develop themselves, to encourage them to do things they don't think they can do, like climbing the rigging. Not to say climb the rigging and they say I can't, and the first question you ask them is, well, you say you can't, how do you know? Have you ever done it before? And they go, no. Well, okay, how do you know you can't do it? And it's talking to them in a way which isn't condescending. It's talking in a way that you move them an inch at a time, slightly. And in the end, they might never climb the rigging, but that, as long as they know why they're not climbing it, that's the key. So that type of person is a person that listens, has empathy, not sympathy. Now and again being, saying, well, look, I think you're being stupid, but also telling them at times, encouraging. So, telling them as it is, rather than just being nice to them and cuddling them.
Is it mostly students, or does it come from
whole range?
Whole range. Back in the day, there are many local committees across the whole of the United Kingdom, all the way from the beginning of the schooners in 1966. Some are still around, and they were very good at getting young adults from all sorts of different backgrounds, poor kids, rich kids, kids
with no education.
Yeah, kids with extremely
kids
good
who are
education.
Very highly educated.
Oh yeah,
very highly educated.
Yeah, absolutely.
Extremes but all about young people.
And the advantage was, because they're from such diverse backgrounds, they learnt each other's subcultures.
Correct. Absolutely. It's actually knowing. I mean, a lot of people, when Scouts as an example, is they say about Scouts, what have you stolen? And what's your tyres, what's your wallets? And I learned to live with that, and it's teaching people that we're not all like that. Or if somebody comes from Harrow, that they're posh.
Yes.
No, this person's an individual, this person's unique, this person's got something to offer and contribute, no matter where you come from, no matter what your background is.
Yep.
And it's drawing that out of the people.
Yeah, and on such a the 2 vessels were large enough to take 39 young adults at the time.
Yeah.
And therefore there would always be someone extremely different from oneself.
Yeah.
And having split up into 3 watches of 13 each,
And a day watch.
everyone would gel as a team, as a little small team within the big team.
Yeah.
which led to a competitive
And
spirit.
compete as well, wouldn't he? Oh,
Competitive
tremendous
spirit.
competition.
Yeah.
You know, and who was the best watch? Oh, we're the best watch. Oh. Well, why are you the best watch? Because you know.
But also they practice teamwork, but also their sportsmanship.
Oh yeah. I mean, one of the things I found, one of the watches I was working with, the two of the guys were sick really bad, and two of the other people from another watch volunteered to help out, you know, and said we'll work the extra.
Yeah.
And it became that yes, they were in competition, but as a unit, as a ship, they stayed together. Initially, the start.
Yeah, hard work because they're all
The
disorientated.
beginning.
They don't know anything about what's going on.
Yeah.
Then the ships would go out preferably into some very nasty stormy weather,
Yeah.
because then nearly everyone is seasick, and that's when we get them to carry on working.
First couple of days is the testing days. First couple of days. After that, that's the initial.
Day one's always the hardest.
Yeah, it's getting into orientating them to a ship that moves. It's unstable. You know, it moves. They're being seasick. They're having to get up. They're having, as he said last night, getting up in the morning, 4 o'clock. You know,
We've
12
got
to 4.
work
8
for the
to
cook's
4. God,
cook's
you know.
assistant the next day, peeling potatoes,
And it's
washing
all
up.
that type of factor. Okay.
Yeah.
Is there any other story that you want to share?
Silly sea stories. Go on,
No,
Jim.
I mean,
your
what I like-
favourite
what I like-
story on the schooners?
No, what I like at the end of all the trips I've been on, at the end, is this camaraderie and this friendship
Yeah.
that people build up with each other. You know, this friendship and camaraderie.
That's a very good point, because a lot of people.
But at the beginning, they didn't have it. In
Yeah.
the beginning, they
Yeah.
were like walking around in isolation.
Yeah.
And at the end of it, they're all hugging and kissing one another,
Yeah.
exchanging names and addresses.
And some people ended up as lifelong friends forever.
Yeah. And
I'm still in constant contact with many of my
the schools
people.
I've put on
Yeah.
in Liverpool, there was 2 schools. King David, which they thought was very posh, and then there was a school called Allsop. And Allsop were like worried about the King David kids because they were posh. The King David kids were worried about the Allsop kids because they thought they were scallies. And I know even today, after 10 years, they are still friends.
Yeah.
You know.
Where was the last place you sailed?
Sorry?
Where was the last place you sailed with the schooners?
Me? Oh, it was a long time ago I sailed schooners. Yeah, it was in the year 2002 for me. Yeah, 2000, when he last sailed. And then I sailed on Prince William, and I sailed on Stavros Sesniakos.
Is there any place that you haven't been yet that you really want to go?
Go on a sailing ship. Well,
On
no.
a sailing ship? No, not
Any
really.
sailing ship.
It's just anywhere. Everywhere's just great.
Oh, we're going to China, Bo. We're taking top
Oh, yeah.
six races to China.
Yeah, we'd love to take them to China.
Oh, yeah.
But the other thing is that the Western Isles is one of the best places I ever went to for sailing. Brilliant, absolutely brilliant.